The bye week is finally done. The Pies are back. Gold Coast. Woo! Here we go. So you've probably seen that I've been just trying to smash out a lot more content than usual. It's something that I have wanted to do for a while. I don't know if I've talked about it before, that I wanted to keep, make more videos and make more videos, but something that I talked about with my therapist recently, where I'm just going to focus more time, effort, energy into growing the channel as big as I can. That's why, I'm wanting to hit 10,000. That's why I'm doing more videos. You'll see more long form stuff because I love doing this. And I'm just going to work myself to the bone to keep this going, and balancing a full-time job as well. So that's something else. While I'm just focusing on this stuff and the Instagram and stuff, and hopefully blowing it up more than it already has. And that's thanks to you guys. And if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. It just goes a long way. That notification bell if you can as well. But yeah, let's actually, before we get into it, do you like this little light here I've got? It's kind of looks like a, maybe that can be like a thinking, like if I've got a good idea, I'm just here. Good idea, bang. But yeah, anyway, that's just trying to make this a little bit more studio-y in my, well, I can show you now, in my walk-in, where's my bed? Oh, it's not done because the boys are in there, but in my walk-in closet. So anyway, let's get into this game. So bye weeks are done. The Pies take on the Gold Coast Suns up at People's First Stadium. I thought it was called Metricon Stadium for so long, but now it's People's First again, and it's just tripped me out a little bit. But we go up there, and it is going to be a huge game. Now, statistically, we have a very, very good record against the Suns. In our last 10 games, we've won 9 of them. You remember last season was an incredible win. I think that was like a week before my birthday, or a week of my birthday. We were up by like 60-something points at halftime. We ended up winning by 70 or 78 points, maybe. Something crazy. Jamie Elliott kicked that impressive goal, and that was when we were kind of really surging, and we really put the Suns to the sword. But the thing with that is, the Suns aren't that team anymore. They're not going to let teams fly over the top of them, and they haven't for a long time. And now we've got this sort of Suns outfit that are a bit roller coastery. So they're really good at home. They've won, so they're 7-7 at the moment, right? 7 wins, 7 losses. Their 7 wins have all come at home. Their 7 losses have all come away. Now look at this. So 7 wins at home, they've scored 108 points for on average at home. So that includes, when I say home, that's People's First Stadium, and that's the stadium up in Darwin, where they played Geelong and then another team before that. So it's a mixture of sort of both. But Gold Coast now are coming off 2 straight losses. The loss against Fremantle was a bit telling, because they could have jumped up as much as 5th if they had won that. They're sitting at 12th at the moment, and they'll be our biggest challenge. We'll be their biggest challenge, and they're going to be a big challenge for us as well, especially at home, especially what we know to do with, you heard of the Gabba Fortress. Now it's this sort of Gold Coast Fortress up there. The things that we can sort of take out of Gold Coast's last couple of weeks is that if you apply pressure to them, they not crumble, but they do go into their shell a little bit. Like, look at the Fremantle game last week against them. Fremantle, like, Sarong, Brayshaw, Young, they got on top of clearances, and that's where they scored most of their goals from, most of their points from, was from clearances, stoppage clearances, centre clearances, and they sort of dominated in that area, and that's an area that we've been doing really well in. So if we can get on top there, because, you look at it, and Tuke Miller, Sam Flanders was chucked into the midfield, Matt Rowell, Anderson, these guys, only a few weeks ago against Geelong, absolutely just ran riot and smashed Geelong by like 60-something points in Darwin. So if these guys get off the leash a little bit, you know that they're going to be hard to stop. But the thing about Collingwood is, we are the pressure Pies, and we've seen that since that Brisbane game all the way back in round 3. We've seen what we can bring, and we've made teams crumble. Yes, we do give up a lot of points at times, and it usually is from that sort of clearance perspective. And historically, we're not very good off the bye. We do start a little bit slow, but I'm hoping that that Kangaroos game was a big wake-up call for us and a wake-up call that we needed. It was a fantastic win, fantastic come from behind win, but it needs to be a wake-up call because we can't be letting teams get to 54 points and then expect us to come back. Now, going up to Gold Coast, we will be welcoming back a whole raft of players. Could be as many as 3 or 4, if Joe Richards sort of comes up. But we're definitely seeing Pendlebury come back. We're definitely seeing Brody Mychek come back. Really hopeful that Jordan De Goey comes back. If not, that'll probably be against Brisbane. So we're welcoming back the greatest ever Collingwood player, and we're welcoming back someone who has won the last 5 Gordon Coventry awards for leading goal kicking. So that is absolutely huge for us and something that we've been lacking. I think, and this is hard for me to say, I think at the moment, structure-wise, Brody Mychek might be a little bit more needed than Scott Pendlebury. Our midfielder has held up pretty well. Brody Mychek needs to be that source going forward. And he could have played last week against the Roos, or the week before, but they gave him that extra rest, so he's not going to do his hamstring again, touch wood, like what happened last time. So that's amazing, right? We need that. We need that big body up forward because our makeshift forward line, our patchwork forward line has done what they can, and they've done it well. But getting a big key premiership player back like Checkers and when Dan McStay comes back in round 20, it's really going to help out Nathan Kruger as well. And if you saw my other video about the Trident forwards, I recommend you go watch that one. You'll see that we will work heaps better when we have those 2 big power forwards. What does that mean for the team going forward with ins and outs? We'll talk about that more in the team talk. I've actually got a video coming out about finding balance, so finding the balance right with positional changes and stuff like that. So that'll come out tomorrow afternoon as well. But I think now we're starting to see, because we're starting to see these guys come back and we're wiltering down our 15 strong injury list to, it's getting littler and littler by the week. We're going to start seeing a really good side of Collingwood, and something that I absolutely, especially with Pendles coming back, especially with Mychek coming back, it's going to be very interesting to see, does Jack Crisp stay in the middle? Are we going to see more of Dagos? And then if you add on Jordan De Goey, is he going to play more forward? What's going to happen? But we'll talk about that more in my finding balance video that comes out tomorrow. What I'm interested to see in this game, though, is I want us to start really, really fast. I said just before, historically, we don't do too well off the bye. I think we had that Hawthorn game from Gather Round. Then we went into the bye. We come out. We played Port Adelaide at the MCG. Port put on 5 or 6 goals in that first quarter. Then we have to come back from that. So that's what I mean. We're a bit slow off the blocks. But I hope in this game that we just hit it hard. And from reports at training and stuff, it sounds like we are going to. And I think it's a more mental thing than it is. And we saw that 2 to 5% off in our mentality against the Roos, and they got a jump on us for a whole half. And we can't just let that happen again against a good side like Gold Coast. They have been a force to be reckoned with at home. And I want to be the first team that makes them blink at home. They can't go 8-0 at home against us because we need to start banking wins. We've got a hard run coming up. I think Fox Footy said it was the 5th hardest run of the rest of the season, or of all the teams coming up. So we need to start banking these wins. And I don't think it's going to be an easy game at all. My big call predictions, I got a big call is Brody Mychek's going to kick 3 goals. But my prediction is that I think we're going to win. I know we're going to win, but I think it's going to be less than 3 goals. I want it to be by 50 points, but against a Gold Coast side at home, if we were playing this at the MCG, if we're playing it at Marvel, awesome. We're going to pump these guys because they just can't do that away. But at home, it's going to be full of Collingwood supporters, which is really good because it's a sellout. I think we're going to win by 16 points, and it's better than winning by 4 points or 5 points. I like a couple of goals, but I think it's only going to be a 3-goal-ish sort of win. But I'm expecting us to really break them with our pressure, with our tackling. You know, I want to see plus 25 in tackles, and that's something that we've seen a lot throughout the season, but we need to start getting into it because we can't rest on our laurels of just getting premiership players back and expecting to win. We still have to prove ourselves every single week because we still have a hunted. Everyone is going to play their grand final against us, and that just is what it is. Look, guys, this has just been my preview of the Gold Coast game. Very excited. If you aren't going, I'll be at the Pink Lemonade, which is a bar in Richmond, right next to Richmond Station. Come down, say hi. We'll do a swooping around and stuff like that. It'll be a little bit of fun. We'll watch the game there. But until then, like, comment, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets. And until next time, double shackers. I'll swoop you later.